Good morning, people. Ignore my attire. This is me getting up in the morning and just not caring, really. Not really caring. It's a beautiful day. Look. The sun is shining and the clouds are fluffy and white and the sky is blue. And I feel like a little child. And I feel like I've come through a bit of a time. And I want to encourage you lot. If you're going through what feels like a very dark, heavy, uncomfortable, painful, depressing perhaps time, just know that everything happens for you, not to you. And the sun always shines. The sun always comes back out again. But it's not about just hunkering down and waiting for those storms to pass. What can you learn in the storm? What can you learn in the storm? What is the storm teaching you? Because if you're just like, get rid of it, and like distract yourself and, avoid what's coming up for you in that horrible place, then you're missing a trick and you're going to get that storm come and visit you again another time. Like, hello, I came to tell you something and you weren't listening, so I'm back. So we don't want that. We want to learn what it is that the storm is trying to tell you. And I've learned, I'll share my little nugget of wisdom with you, what I've learned. During this period, the outer world was throwing some uncomfortable, yucky circumstances, and there was this feeling of not knowing what I'm doing or how to react to life or what's next. And it was kind of feeling like a dead end almost, I suppose. Like I couldn't see the excitement and I couldn't see what was coming next. And that can bring a real, without a desire for, what's that verse that says, without vision, people perish. Without a vision, without knowing what's coming forward, without something to aim for, without that desire, there is no life. There is no sense of moving or movement. So I was feeling pretty stuck and really heavy, but I was also this time observing, as I said yesterday, just observing as if like, I can see what's happening. I can feel how my body is feeling and it's not nice, but I know this will pass. But what is happening here? What is the universe, God teaching me here? And I had this picture of myself, as I said, as the vast oneness, the vast I am outside of this body, the just limitless being, energy that I am. And all too often we overly identify with this avatar, with Rebecca Knight, what I do, am I a mother, am I a female, am I, and sometimes we need to have something to shake us out of that, to say, that's not you. That's a bit of you, that's a part of you, but what is your soul calling you to? What does your soul want you to do? So I'm just staring at the blue sky, it's so rare and beautiful. And in this moment, Spirit said to me, I want you to know beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's going to make me cry, but this means it's moving. It's truth. You are in this world, but you're not of it. And last night I was exploring this further, and the picture that I had was like a glass with some liquid in it. Let's say you've got a glass and it's full of water, and when you're topped up, when that water is topped up in your container, which is this vessel, this life, or your experience, then when the water overflows, that's when you're at your top. That's when all your chakras are lined up, shall we say. When you're full to the brim, you're not in survival mode, you're not panicking down here empty. You're topped up enough that the essence of your soul, the artist arrives, or the creator arrives. And for me, that would be teaching yoga or drama or singing, or, there's an overflow. But when you're in a state of emptiness and you're down there and you've got a little dribble in your glass, you're in that survival mode. There is no ability or way of reaching the top of your glass to become that overflow of expression and joy, because you're you're limited. You think you're limited. Now look at that glass and come outside of that glass and realize that you are unlimited water. And that container in itself is an illusion, because you cannot be contained in that container. You are not contained in this vessel. You are not contained in your life experience. You are not contained in your job. You are not contained in those circumstances that you think are trapping you. It's an illusion. And if you can come out and understand that you are the ocean, not just a drop in a glass, feeling lack and limited, what could be happening is it's time for that glass to shatter. It's time for that job to go. It's time for that limiting belief to be shattered. It's time for anything that restricts your vastness, your absolute vastness of the fantastic stillness and the beauty of who you are. There is no glass. There is no glass. And if you can tap into, and it's a feeling, if you can tap into, I am all of it. I am limitless. What do I want to do? That glass is not going to stop you because that glass listens to you. You don't listen to the glass. So meditate on the vastness of who you are, the great ocean. And the other thing that I saw was, whilst the liquid is in the glass, you can shake it and be affected by your outer experience, and that water's going to be swirling around, chaotic, making waves in the glass, splashing about, feeling anxious, anxiety, like panic, feeling contained, feeling stuck. And you come out and you tap into the oneness of your vastness, of the fact that you are the ocean. In the depths of the ocean, it's still. It's only against the shores that we see that crashing of the waves, or against the rocks. Come back out. Come into that stillness. Be still and know who you are. Be still and know that I am God, that you're safe. You're safe. And those glasses that you've been held in, maybe it's time for them to shatter. Or maybe it's just time to match the frequency of the truth of who you are within your container, within your experience, and let it take you to the place of peace, which unlocks truth and will guide you into your all-knowing, into your next step, into your being presence, into your now moment, into your relief, into your peace. And then from a place of clarity, you can make your own decisions about what it is that you truly want, and then you go and get it. And your soul knows. Your soul knows what your soul wants to do, and it has all the tools to get you there. So fear not, be still, and smash some glasses. We ain't limited, my loves.